of class 8th B Master J Anupam. I am going to show the topic cubes and cubes. So for introduction we are going to learn about what is a cube number, what are cube root, we will know about how to find the cube root, and we will also know how to find if a number is a perfect or non-perfect number with prime factorization method. So first we will know about what is a cube number. A cube number is known as the product of a number with if a number is been multiplied 3 times and so we will obtain a number which is known as the cube number. So the numbers like 1, 8, 27 are all known as cube numbers or perfect cubes, where like 8 is been the 2 is been multiplied 3 times to obtain 8, so the cube number of 2 is 8. And just like that, 3 is been multiplied 3 times to obtain 27, so 27 is a cube number of 3. So now we will know about what is a cube root. The number from which we get the cube number by multiplying itself 3 times is known as its cube root. So the 2 is being multiplied 3 times to obtain 8. So there we are seeing that 2 is the cube root of 8, because by multiplying 2 3 times we are getting 8. So these are some examples of cube root. These are the examples of first few cube numbers. 1 is being multiplied 3 times to obtain 1 cube, 2 is being multiplied 3 times to obtain 8, which is 2 cube, and 3 is being multiplied 3 times to obtain 27, which is 3 cube. As we can see, the cube numbers are denoted by n to the power 3, where n is the cube number, where n is the cube root of the number, and cube root of the number is being denoted by root 3n, where n is a cube number. The Ramanujan Hardy number. This is an interesting story about the India's great mathematician S. Ramanujan. And when once a great mathematician G. H. Hardy visited Ramanujan, he visited him in a taxi number of 1729. So when they both were having a conversation, G. H. Hardy said that 1729 is indeed a dull number. But Ramanujan quickly said that it is not a dull number, it is indeed interesting. So Ramanujan said that in 1729 can be denoted, expressed with two cubes in sum of two cubes in two different ways. Since then 1729 has been said the Ramanujan Hardy number. So 1729 can be expressed in 12 cube plus 1 cube, which is 1728 plus 1, which is 1729, and then the second way is the 10 cube plus 9 cube, which is 1000 plus 729, which is 1729. So 1729 is the smallest Ramanujan Hardy number. There are infinitely many other numbers like 4104, which is denoted as the sum of 9 cube and 15 cube and 2 cube and 16 cube, like that 13832, which has been the sum of 18 cube and 20 cube and 2 cube and 24 cube. Perfect and non-perfect numbers and finding cube root of with prime factorization method. So the first question is find the cube root of 216. So first with prime factorization method, first we will divide it by 2, because the last number is the even number. So we can divide it by 2. So 216 divided by 2 is 108. Then again we can divide it by 2, it is 54. Then again we can divide it by 2, it is 27. Now we cannot divide it by 2 as it is not an even number. The unit digit is not an even number, so we can divide it by 3. 27 divided by 3, 9. Then we can again divide it by 3, 3, 1. Now we can write all the factors. Now we have to find a group where 3 numbers are there in it. This is one group and this is the second group. We will take one number, 2 into 3, and if we can take one number from one triplet group, it shows that it is a perfect cube, and if there is an extra number here, then it is not a perfect cube. 2 into 3 is 6. So now we know that cube root of 216 is 6. The second example is find cube root of 125. We cannot divide it by 2 because it does not have the even number at the unit digit, and we cannot also divide it by 3 because the divisibility rule of 3 says that it comes 8 as 8 is not a multiple of 3, so we cannot divide it by 3, so we can divide it by 5. Now we can find the answer as 5. So the cube root of 125 is 5. Now we can find if 100 is a perfect cube by prime factorization. First we will divide it by 2. 50 divided by 2, 25. Now we will write all the factors. So here we can see that we cannot find a triplet group in each of the numbers. So this shows that it is not a perfect cube, but we can find a number which we can multiply 100 with it, which we can do to obtain another perfect cube. So if we multiply another 2 here and another 5 here, we can get a perfect cube. So it is 10. So the 10 is the least number which we can multiply with 100 to obtain a perfect cube.